I completely missed that go live button. So, should we start this over? You see it now?
Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Refreshing. Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Well, cool. Let's back this thing up a little bit, and I'll see you in about however long this commercial is.
All right. Cool.
There we go, and we are back, sir.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Looks like it's on my page. We got a little delay. Let me get myself situated here.
Yeah, don't get yourself caught up in the delay now.
Nah,
That's,
nah, nah. I just want to
no,
make sure I can see on my page. Just to make sure the people can see us. It's first time they understand. Yeah, it's here. It's him.
mm-hmm.
It is
Little
him.
setup.
Got somebody in the room. Shout out to Crystal, being crystal clear. Renee, welcome to the Advocators podcast. It-
Welcome. Yeah,
This is the inaugural show.
indeed. This be the
Or should I
pilot.
say inaugural?
Ah, and so it starts. What you sipping on there, brother?
Oh man, you know this show is sponsored by Woodford Reserve. Y'all know how I get down. If y'all watched the last podcast, the Man Up podcast, that's how I get down with the Woodford Reserve, one of Kentucky's finest spirits. Uh, actually went to the distillery in Kentucky. Um, I will say I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah. Were you? Why were you able to walk out?
Well, here's the thing: when you go to a distillery, you expect to get lit, and they had like a taste testing, took us in, showed us how to taste the bourbons, but they only had like two different kind of bourbons, and like I've had all this. Like this is nothing. I could have went to the liquor store instead of coming all the way to Versailles, Kentucky.
You were looking for that. You were looking for that especial.
Yeah, like when
That
you go to the world of Coke, you want to taste peach Coke, cinnamon Coke, all the Cokes you can't get in the store and the stuff they sell around the world. But Woodford Reserve, nah, they just had the same two boring ass Woodfords
that you love so much.
that
that
I
you
love
love
so much.
that you love so much.
But it's all good.
Right on. Enjoy your Woodfords responsibly, of course.
What's cool about this? I'm looking at the Facebook, and we got closed caption coming across. So if we use some ebonics, it might come across crazy. Like if I say "nah," ain't "nah" person in there. No telling how they're gonna spell that.
Let me tell you, I get so frustrated with these AIs trying to understand what I'm saying, and I'll tell you exactly a good example is damn Alexa. Shut up, bitch. She about. I need to mute her. Excuse me. She never listens to what I tell her to do. Never. And if she does listen, I've always got some back talk. It's the most annoying thing. Alexa, play Tank. Play music by Tank. She'd be like, playing music by Tank. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I've never listened to Tink in my life.
they would make it a woman's voice. That's the only way that it would go down.
You know, I really wish we could give her the name that we want her to have, though. I wish I could get her to respond to the name that I want to give her.
Like, bitch, play me some Tank now.
Exactly. Actually, exactly. Let me tell you something. The world would be a lot more peaceful if you could program Alexa to respond to the name that you want. And the reason I say that is because every man out there, every single man anyway, would have bitch as his response key. He'd be able to get all of the bitches out that he couldn't get out when he's with his girl or he's out in the street, and he would find himself at peace as a result.
Bitch, play Tupac and give me a beer.
Mhm.
Playing Tupac and you get your own damn beer. That'd be that'd be Alexis instead
But
of
why can't she just do it though? Why does she always have to respond? She always has something to say when you give her an instruction. It's the most annoying thing. I'm like, just do what I said. You don't have to repeat it. Just do it, and I know that you understood the command.
That's why you get the white Alexa. Don't get the black model.
Yeah, don't no. The black model might actually smack you.
True. Alexa been unlocked all the doors. Now, what's that shit you were talking?
I don't know who you thought you were talking to. I don't know who you think. You know, this woman at Burger King said that to me. This woman behind the counter, when I asked her why I didn't get my order right away when it came out, she said, I don't know who you think you're talking to.
Wow. And isn't Burger King the one that say you're supposed to get it your way?
Oh, don't even get me started on that. I live in the hood. This brother actually said that to the woman behind the counter. Same woman, as a matter of fact. He actually said, "What happened?" No. I take that back. He said it to the manager. He said, "What happened to have it your way?" The manager said, "Man, that was when you were a kid." Damn. And he said it loud too.
He said, "You're gonna get it how we give it to you."
Exactly. Exactly. Which actually is a great segue into this particular conversation right here, where I think Michael Rosa reposted this. I didn't actually think we were going to get into stories this quick, but
go ahead.
So apparently hipster Viking Amy believes that making $15 an hour for everybody, making that minimum wage is good for everybody, because then you can just say, hey, I don't need this job that you've got me busting my butt for. I can go work at Burger King, or Arby's is actually what she says. And I can't advocate that. I can't advocate that, not even a little bit. Because I don't think that anybody should be getting paid more money just because they didn't prepare themselves earlier in life, and now they are relegated, if you will, to working at Burger King.
Okay, so basically saying, and before we talk about it, the advocators means that either we advocate for something or we don't advocate for something. So you sound like a non-advocator for $15 an hour.
I am a non-advocator for $15 an hour.
So you can look at it this way: if we give all the fast food workers $15 an hour, then that should up the pay scale for Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A should become the job that everybody aspires to get, because Chick-fil-A has set themselves apart from every other fast food chain in America. So if Burger King and McDonald's getting $15 an hour, Chick-fil-A should get what? Double that?
They should get at least 20-25. At least. Unless this is the Chick-fil-A down the street from me. And you've actually complained about that Chick-fil-A at least on one occasion.
So, okay. If anybody has been to Atlanta and been on Cleveland Avenue, there is a Chick-fil-A on Cleveland Avenue that I waited a half an hour for my food. And I had a chicken sandwich and a chocolate shake. And mind you, they had a full staff. And I'm sitting there waiting like, what the hell are y'all doing? I think they had a spades game going on. Somebody was running numbers in the back. I don't know what was going on, but it took me a half an hour. But that is the hood for you.
Let me tell you, I went to that Chick-fil-A one time and I sat in line and I watched these two young ladies over off to the side scrolling through their cell phone, showing pictures. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, this woman walks over to the cashier and asks me, a cash register, and asks me if she can help me. You, the same person that was just standing over there scrolling through pictures on your phone, chatting it up with your girl.
Now, if you was to say something, you'd be wrong. You'd be the worst man in America.
Oh, I did say something. And you know who I went to? I went to I went to the white people who were standing on the other side of the counter. Not they were standing on the same side as me, but I could tell that they worked there. You know, for some reason, it doesn't matter where you are. It's in an establishment. You can tell the white people who are running things. But yeah, I went straight to them and I said I complained. So the young lady apologized after the fact, but her excuse was that it was her birthday.
Why are you even at work?
Exactly.
If it's your birthday. I'm going to have to agree with you. I am not an advocate for $15 an hour because they already talk crazy to you making, 10, 11, whatever they make now. So just think how new they would get if they're getting $15 an hour.
Right. They have to work half the time. Now, this isn't everybody, of course.
Yeah.
But, I have what's available to me. I already have terrible service. It'd just get worse. It would just get worse. My order is always. I went to a Burger King, knew I shouldn't have been there. Ordered a Impossible croissant sandwich. Same Burger King, as a matter of fact. Ordered the Impossible croissant sandwich. Oh, we don't have an Impossible anything. Okay, what do you have? We got egg croissant sandwich. We got ham and cheese croissant sandwich. We got sausage croissant sandwich. Okay, let me get 2 egg croissant sandwiches. Go through, pay for my food, get out of the driveway, go home, open up 2 ham and cheese.
It was impossible to get a sandwich or whatever, however you name it. I don't know. And if they raise the minimum wage at the fast food place, it's $15 an hour. There is a robot sitting in a warehouse somewhere waiting to take your place. So, it's the gift and the curse. Right now, they aren't going to robots because financially it's not feasible. They can still, come in cheaper by having workers. But once that $15 an hour hit, and then maybe benefits or whatever they get, it's going to be a robot.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Burger King, Alexa.
As a matter of fact, there's a McDonald's in Cobb County where, and actually here in East Point, there's a McDonald's where the kiosks, you just walk up to them and place your order through the kiosk. And then there are only people in the back, no cashiers, and one person to bring you the food, bring the food out to the counter once it's ready. So you're right.
And actually, I seen stuff that they actually working on robots to actually make the food for you too. So literally, you'll only have workers there to kind of feed the robot. Put the buns in, put the meat in, and stuff. So I don't know. The future's looking grim for the people who set the bar low. So hey, keep skipping class if you want to, LaQuisha and Tyrone.
Hey, yeah.
Even go to McDonald's you can go to. So
for an entire life, you usually be jumping from fast food restaurant to fast food restaurant.
And I've seen people make McDonald's a career, like,
oh yeah,
30 years and never elevated past assistant manager.
Oh, that's the dream for some people. Assistant manager. I worked at a fast food restaurant when I was 15. Yeah. All right. And there was that one guy you knew did not do well in high school who, he was happy to be the assistant manager.
And he know your daddy. Wait a minute, you such and such son, ain't you?
No, he didn't know my daddy.
I always know your daddy. You goddamn, you Henry's boy, ain't you?
Yeah, no. Nope, nope. I don't know Henry.
You Henry's boy. My first fast food job, my only fast food job, I worked at a pizza place called Sbarro. If anybody's been to any mall, they know Sbarro. It was in a mall called Kenwood in Cincinnati, Ohio. And when Sbarro first opened, they used to make us wear bow ties. So, you know, when my classmates used to come to the mall and they see me back there slanging pieces with that bow tie, I think my nickname was Bow Tie for a while. And yeah, I gained about 20 pounds there because, you know, if you give somebody the wrong slice and once you put it in that counter, you can't put it back. So we just take to the back and I be eating pizza all day like damn Luigi. And
Hey, you just reminded me of when I worked at Hardee's. I worked at Hardee's for, I don't know, about 6, 7 months when I was a young teen. And the guys in the back, they used to, about half an hour before we could stop selling chicken, they'll load up all the ovens with chicken.
oh,
And if we didn't, whatever chicken we didn't sell, we had to throw out. So guess who walked home with boxes of chicken? Everybody.
chicken. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, like a lot of fast food places, you can't really reheat that food. Like once it's been cooked and put on the bun and maybe under the light for a little while, like fast food don't reheat well. I remember having a buddy working at McDonald's, and when I came through the drive-thru, come through the drive-thru, I'll hook you up, whatever. And he filled my bag with so many sandwiches. Like, what am I gonna do with 3/4 pounders, 2 fillet of fish? You can't reheat this stuff. Like, I mean, it ain't even worth the stuff.
That's when you go to the homies. That's when you go to the homies. I got sandwiches. I got boxes of chicken. And you have a refined palate now. So you can say that. As a teenager, your palate is not refined.
Yeah.
So throw it in the microwave, still good. It beats having to cook something.
I ain't reheating no goddamn 1/4 pounder. And how you reheat a 1/4 pounder in the microwave? Like you got to take the bread off and you got some lettuce. It's all weird, man. I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, well, you're a bit bougie. Let's.
I'm snooty.
Yeah,
I ain't reheating no damn 1/4 pounder. So bring it fresh. Don't bring me no old ass 1/4 pounder is a Big Mac. I don't know what kind of sandwich. I ain't been to McDonald's in years. I don't know what that Billy Goat meat is. That is giraffe neck. They serve it.
All right. Moving on.
Next story. I'm sorry.
Next story. No worries. It's all good. So this guy, Daniel Cameron, apparently there is a request to indict this man because at the time that he presented the case regarding Breonna Taylor's killers, if you will, he withheld plenty of information that could have changed the direction that the jurors went. Apparently, he did not present them with murder charges. The charges of what they did charge the police with, which I don't recall exactly what it was, something like reckless endangerment because he shot a bullet into the apartment next door. That was all he presented to the jury. So impeachment rather. What say you, Keno?
Now you lost me. You said impeachment, indictment.
Yes. Impeachment. They're seeking impeachment. He's the AG for Kentucky, and they want to. Yeah, I misspoke a little earlier when I said indictment, but they've filed a petition for his impeachment.
Okay, so here we go. I was born in Kentucky and raised in Kentucky half my life. Now, I remember Mitch McConnell signs in the yard when I was a kid. I left Kentucky when I was 10 years old. We moved to Ohio when I was 10 years old. And before we moved, I remember Mitch McConnell signs. And everybody knows about Mitch McConnell today. Mitch McConnell is a hardcore white supremacist. And Kentucky keeps putting him back in Congress, Senate, whatever he is. So you have to think of the mind state of Kentucky. Daniel Cameron is a card carrying certified coon. And it was no surprise when he came out and didn't even put on the table murder charges for the cops. Kentucky has a system, man, and it's not going to change. Impeachment is not going to happen. Daniel Cameron's handpicked. Kentucky is still a majority white, Southern ideology, white supremacist ideology. The biggest black population in Kentucky is in Jefferson County, and that is mainly Louisville, Kentucky. The rest of Kentucky is lily white, country, uneducated, and it's a waste of time. He's not going to be impeached. I actually think they are trying to make a case for him to be on like the Kentucky Supreme Court. He's paid his dues. This was a big test for him. You know, do the black people bad, benign neglect, all the stuff. So I don't know who's going to impeach him. They're just not going to get the votes in Kentucky. Kentucky is one of them states. Even Trump, like Trump won Kentucky. It's not like Georgia, where Georgia has enough black population now to turn the state blue. Kentucky is Kentucky, and I think it's a waste of time.
So see, okay. One, as you know, I am not big on us calling each other coons, but yeah, he's a coon. he is a coon. I will say that yeah, nothing's going to happen to him, but this is an example. You and I have had this conversation numerous times with regard to Black people and our financial power and how we do not leverage it properly. So, just like when those companies, those multi-million and multi-billion-dollar companies, when white people went apeshit, if you will, and stormed the Capitol. Mind you, though they all consider themselves patriots. Some of us consider them terrorists. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. But at any rate, when they did that, after that, the state went in to vote on the ballots or the votes to certify the votes, and the the officials that voted against the certification of the electoral votes were quote unquote punished by these companies that contribute money to their campaign. Now, and they were punished because in that these companies froze, if you will, or paused their contributions to these officials' campaign. So this is what irritates me. They did it for this particular situation, and I think it was just for appearances, to be quite honest. That's why they paused. Some of them might have asked. I read somewhere that some of them did ask for some of their funds back, but that number was very small. These officials did what these officials were supposed to do when they challenged the electoral votes. They remained loyal to their party. So this is what you want to punish them for. Yet Black people, we spend over $1 trillion a year in this country. And for the things that Black people are going through, having to work, and you and I have both worked corporate for decades. We've worked corporate for decades. We have been paid less than our white counterparts for decades for doing the exact same thing. And we say that again.
I said in every situation.
Yes, in every situation. So we've dealt with that. We've seen our young men getting shot by the police on video camera. You and I came up in a generation where they told us we wouldn't even make it past 19. Statistically, we are a miracle. All of this is going on. black men, more black men being imprisoned in this country than any other race, even though we're only a small percentage of the population, or so we're told. All of this going on, not once have these companies said, you know what, these black people, they spend a lot of money with us. They promote our products on social media, uh, on commercials, on television. We're going to do something about it. If you officials don't address the problems that these black people are facing, then we're going to withhold your funds. Not once has that ever been done. As black people, we should be offended by that the whole withholding of funds as a result of they were loyal to their party when they've never done it, not once for us.
Now let's just look at it. Let's just unpack this for a second. Most people are most black people are politically ignorant. Um, they're politically ignorant for a lot of reasons. One of the main reasons we're politically ignorant is because we like being comfortable. We like being able to make a few dollars and outshine the next black person. So, as long as I can make my little 60, 70,000 and got my little side hustle, I'm comfortable. And taking ownership and responsibility for yourself, it's a hard job. It's a lot of work. So I kind of get it. One thing about us, we don't demand anything. We allow people to exploit us, use us, abuse us. Case in point, like there's restaurants in Atlanta called Dugan's, and a lot of people like to hang out at Dugan's, but my problem with Dugan's is the bathrooms are always nasty, the service is terrible, um, the food is blah, but I'm one who understands that my dollar is powerful and I'm not going to spend my dollar somewhere where I feel uncomfortable. But Dugan's stays packed every weekend, even with the bad service, the terrible bathrooms. You might get into a fight. That right there alone just said black people don't demand anything for their dollar. And you and we both know that when you go to a club in Atlanta, white night, the club is free. You walk in, whatever, park for free. When the black night is there's people in the parking lot charging you 10, 15, $20 to park. There's a line at the door. They charge you to get in. We are being exploited at every turn and we allow it. Now, what happens if we I'm not going to pay for parking. I'm just not going to show up. And we can do that politically. This is not, you shooting us in the street. That's not the outcome we want. So we're just going to make sure everything's shut down around here. Nobody's going to make a dollar unless we get these things. And collectively, if we had a code of conduct collectively, we could change our situation overnight. I heard Dr. Umar Johnson say the only thing that separates American blacks from any blacks around the world is that we have the ability to save ourselves. And that's financially. The spending power we have, we make money, we work hard. We have the power to change our dynamic. But, we don't do it. If you put on pearls and you rock chucks and you're a black woman that went to Howard, we're going to vote for you without an agenda because we love the symbolic stuff.
Now, yeah, okay, no. I I agree with a lot of what you said.
Yeah.
Till you went to
The
Kamal.
chucks and pearls.
Till you went to Kamal. But yeah, because I'll be honest, the chucks and the pearls, I don't get it, but I respect it because I realize for her it comes from it comes from her sorority, and there's history behind it. So I let her have it. Now, I can't speak on it. If you're not an AKA, I don't know why you out there trying to rock chucks and pearls. But hey, to each their own.
It's
But
symbolism. But anyway, go ahead.
but you're right. We do accept a lot of ridiculousness with regard to service, and we're at a point now where, like, I was at a Home Depot, and when I walk up to the register, there's a young brother behind the register, and one on the other side of the counter. And as I'm putting my things on the counter, he said the one behind the register says to his buddy, "Hey man, so you gonna keep fucking old girl or what?" Like I wasn't even there, or like I didn't even matter. And a friend of mine, he told me I should have said something, but I didn't say anything, and that very well may be part of the problem. But this is Atlanta. We're so accustomed to bad service that I think at this point it's just eh, it's what we expect.
And,
It's
and if you're like me, I don't want to see a black person anywhere get rolled up, lose their job, whatever. So I have that battle with myself when I get a bad service, because it's our responsibility to correct it. Like if you don't like how you're being treated because you're spending good money there, it's our responsibility to say, hey, you can talk directly to the person, or you can find a manager and say, hey, listen, this is how I feel. I feel like I'm not getting top-notch service. I'm spending top-notch dollars. We don't do that. And maybe that's all of our fault.
well, we haven't been a tight knit community in a long time, and that is that's a result of the system. We know that.
Yeah.
If we were our great parents, well, we know it'd be different. I mean, you could take a switch to that kid who lived 2 blocks down the street, and when he went and told his parents, well, why did you get hit with a switch? And then he'd tell them, or she'd tell them, and they get hit with a switch again. So yeah, we've come
As kid with a switch now, they bringing the whole family to fight your ass.
right, right. Teachers can't even tell a parent your child is deficient in this particular area without a parent losing it in many cases. And I know this because my mom is an educator.
Mm.
So I've heard this. It's yeah, we're in a different place now. We all know it. The question is, how do we fix it?
Um, the village mentality, code of conduct would correct all that. And code of conduct just means like a lot of foreign groups, Asians, Hispanics, whatever, they have a code of conduct. They're going to spend within the community first, and if it's something they can't get in their community, then they go outside of the community. We spend outside the community first, and we'll spend inside the community if we know you. If that's like, oh, it's my homeboy, I'm gonna spend a few dollars with him. You know, I have the business, and hey, I'll give kudos. Black people have really supported my business, and they have been great. Um, Along the way, I've run into a few characters. I found a few people to find a reason to hate me. Um, One of the things I do with my business is I try to be big on customer service, because I have worked in the corporate world, and in the corporate world, we have to be problem solvers, we have to be communicators, and customer service is key. So I've been trained that way. So I run my business the same way. If I make a mistake, I'm going to correct that mistake, and I'm going to make sure that when I correct it, I leave you with a good feeling. So I had a situation where I had a brother order some items from me. I made a mistake. My one of my ovens wasn't, at the right temperature, so the shirts didn't come out correctly. And once he let me know, I immediately was like, okay, I'm going to give you a whole new batch of shirts. Tell me what customers that you sent the shirts out to. I will send them new shirts. Immediately, I jumped on it. But he found a reason to be mad at me. And even though I corrected it, he still came with an attitude. Um, you know, I don't do business with this person anymore. And it was funny to me, like, well, dang, I corrected it. I made sure I made it right immediately. Like, what you still mad about? But I realized the type of person he is. He had that crab in the barrel mentality, because he had made comments about, um, it was basically jealousy. It was jealousy. Oh, this brother's starting a business. People are starting to like him. People are starting to use him. And sometimes you're a mirror to some people. If you have a level of success, instead of riding with you, supporting you, they'll do just the opposite. They'll figure out every reason to stop messing with you. And it happened. And then I was like, well, shoot, I moved on. There's 40 million black people in this country. So
All right, so you and I have two very differing perspectives when it comes to black business and patroning black owned businesses. I admit that I am the person that will go to the person I know,
Yeah.
the person that I know is going to put in good work. I have been robbed way too many times by too many of your cousins for me to just go shopping with Negroes willy nilly. And I mean that from the very bottom of my heart. I have tried and I have tried again. And yeah, what did Bush say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, well, you're
And
not gonna fool me again. but
I,
your cousins have fooled me several times.
yeah, I
So
remember one of those bad experiences you had getting your car worked on, and that was crazy. Tell that story.
uh,
Tell that story.
you know what? I'm gonna save that story for
Okay.
another time because I feel like we're going to come back to this topic at some point in the future, as long as we don't get canceled. With,
Hey, we can say nothing about LGBT yet. That's
no,
going to cancel us right now.
nah, yeah, well, all right. So next topic, something a little bit more lighthearted. Let's see. Jessica McCohen said, what did she say here? Do men ever think maybe I'm dusty and shouldn't even try her? Yeah. So I'm not going to pull up her page. You and I have already looked at her page.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh,
First of all, no.
no,
Um,
that's not true. That's not true. Some men do. No, men like that we know, no, but some men do.
I hear from my female friends, even my wife, the dustier the dude, the more confidence to holler. Uh, so no, I mean, if there's a dude that like, oh, I'm dusty, it's a very small, very very small percentage.
See, well, this is Atlanta. Atlanta's different. You know,
I get, I get,
Atlanta is very different. Atlanta is a shoot your numbers, shoot your shot and play your numbers kind of place for a lot of brothers.
yeah,
So I'm gonna say Atlanta's different, but but other than this place, because guys have gotten lucky here. They've stepped up. You know, they've been above their class.
yeah, very,
A lot of guys. So you know, maybe goal will strike twice, three
yeah.
times for them. With you know, but other places, I do believe that some guys do think that. However, I think the real issue here is Jessica's monkey ass thinking that she is so spectacular that people should just look at her and be like, no.
Oh yeah, you're very much in everybody's league, Jessica. Matter of fact, dudes might be like, nah, I can do better.
That is rough. That
Now,
is
let's speak to that. So Atlanta is definitely a different place than a lot of places. I heard the numbers in Atlanta, something like 17-1. And there's a lot of women in Atlanta that's getting their money. They hustle hard. Anytime I've been around any groups where, you know, they come together for investments and hustling, it's mostly women, mostly black women are, you know, in these circles trying to get money. So I will say that black women here are doing the damn thing, but the pool of men that they want is very, very small. So, you know, a lot of women want men at least on their level, if not better. And the reality is there's a lot of dudes just not doing well in Atlanta. And that's for a lot of reasons. It ain't necessarily that the brothers are slacking. It's just we don't get the opportunities that black women get. You know, black women are getting degrees. You know, they're getting educated, and you know, the road to us might be a little different because you know that preschool to prison pipeline is very real, and we get marginalized in school. So, black women do get the opportunities that sometimes brothers don't get. Now, with that being said, when you get a brother here that got his paper straight, he got his house, the car, he ain't settling for one woman because he knows that he's in the minority and that, hey, I think I want to be a polygamist for a while. I'm making six figures.
Hey,
Um,
there are a lot of brothers. There are a lot of brothers that are doing a lot of great things from a financial standpoint.
right.
I will say, from a financial standpoint, um, and yeah, you're right. They are not ready to settle down for one reason or another, um, or you know, she that woman has to be she's got to be a perfect fit for him.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are a lot of things. I mean, you're married. You've been married for a while.
Long.
Um, I think I can share that. You've been married for a while. I on the what you say, don't do it. I, on the other hand, am not. Have never been, and it's I'm at that age now where I'm pretty sure when a woman finds out that I have not been married, the question that she doesn't necessarily ask, but obviously thinks is, "What's wrong with you?" Uh,
That don't
but
happen, man. That's more for women. But anyway, go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. I don't. I haven't met a woman that hadn't been married in her 40s where I thought, "What's wrong with you?"
Mm.
Yeah, but that's just me. I that's not a question that I ask, uh, not them nor myself, about them for that reason, uh, because I have dated some women who had been married,
Mhm.
and they were crazy AF.
Yeah.
And I mean AF. I mean, I'm hiding in the bushes, not spying on her, but hiding from her. Crazy AF. Uh, yeah.
I hear the statistic. I watch a guy, Kevin Samuels. If you don't know about Kevin Samuels, check him out. But he talked about the statistic that one out of every four black women, only one out of four every four black women will be married in their lifetime, and which is a terrible statistic for the women. That's why men have all the leverage. And I do say this: once a woman has been married once, the possibility of her getting married again is very likely. um, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if you make it to wife status, there's something about you that you know how to become a wife. I don't know what that is, but any females I've known that have been married once usually end up being married twice.
So I believe there is a female or two or three watching the show. I would like to know in the comments if you agree with that, just based on not necessarily yourself, possibly your own personal experience, or uh, your girlfriends, if you have any. I know some of you ladies don't have girlfriends because you don't trust those bitches. Uh, those bitches are always out to get you. You can't trust those bitches around your man. So I get it. But if you do have female friends, and that statement that Kino just put out there resonates, then by all means, please let us know in the
Yeah,
comments.
we have a little delay in the comments, so we'll see it in a second. But yeah, and why do you think that and I'll say this, and I posted this on Facebook, and I've gotten a lot of flack. But I'll say this: men don't give a damn about your degree. They don't give a damn about how much money you make. None of that is really relevant because there's a lot of degreed PhD, master's degree chicks out here, lonely as AF.
As as.
AF. So, and I know along the way, women were taught to go get it, get your degree, be independent, make sure you can take care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. But um, they pursued degrees and education, um, making it more important than partnering up and finding a dude and get married and have a family. Right or wrong, good or bad, I don't know, but I do know an awful lot of women who are now in their 40s. They have their career and everything, but they're looking to partner up, and let's be honest. once you hit a certain age, you know, it becomes more difficult because the dudes that you want that do have money and make a good living, they're going younger. And men value, you know, genetically, we value your fertility. So, you know, we may not say it or think about it, but, you know, a man can start a family as an older person, but women have a biological clock. So that's the unfair advantage we have, you know, right or wrong, good or bad. It just is what it is.
Speak for yourself, sir. I think we should infertilize all females. Have you ever dealt with a pregnant woman? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
married to
Yeah, it was rhetorical. I know you have. But yeah, no.
okay.
I,
And
I
in the comment section, they say I have friends who have never been married or have been married but don't want to marry again.
that's understandable too.
Yeah.
Because we men, we come with a lot of nonsense in many cases. I mean, you might find somebody that's financially where you want him to be, but he kicks your ass. You know, or maybe he doesn't hit you, but he's out there hitting them other women. You know what I mean?
I,
So
I had a friend tell me one time a man who paid the bills is a man who whoop your ass. That ain't true. That ain't true.
mm-mm.
But I guess in some situations it can be.
Yeah.
um,
What?
I got a comedian friend named Henry Coleman. He has a whole bit about the type of black men that beat on women. He says some men with turtlenecks who wear the gold chain on the outside of turtlenecks will go upside your head. He was like truck drivers beat bitches. He was like they drive from Cali to Miami and they get home and that chicken ain't fried quite right.
No, I don't condone none of that. Is humorous. I mean, it is, but I don't condone any of that behavior whatsoever. But yeah, I mean,
Dudes with green eyes and finger waves. Will beat
no.
your ass.
I mean, but if you're a woman and you're with a man with finger waves, you deserve whatever befalls you.
What's that trick? You went
Let's-
as high. Listen, man.
like,
My chicken ain't fried right, man.
there's somebody for everybody, but there should not be anybody for the dude with finger waves. Not in 2021.
Okay, let's just taking a side note. So I hear this conversation a lot. You know, there's always been the battle with weave versus not having weave, eyelashes, and some of the stuff that women put on, you know, to beautify themselves. And you know, a lot of men will make the argument that women wear those things for other women, not necessarily dudes. Dudes historically say, "Hey, I don't like all that weave. I don't like them crazy eyelashes," because they always joke about it.
Any man who suggests that all of that they do is for the man is not in touch with reality.
Yeah, yeah,
We know that. The ladies know that too. They know it. I mean, a lot of the things that they do in competition with one another. Because men, we don't care.
Yeah.
If every single woman walked on this planet without putting a drop of makeup on, without putting deodorant on, without getting her hair done, women would still get pregnant.
yeah.
Period, point blank. And and for that matter, not every woman has to not do those things. Like half the women can put all the makeup on, all the hair that they want, and they're going to get a certain type of guy. Meanwhile, the what's that show where they get their stomach stapled, and then like anyway,
life, I don't know.
huh?
My
My 600-pound life. Meanwhile, that woman's got a man going to buy her all the fried chicken, all the burgers, and all the cakes that she wants.
Hey, if anybody has has not seen my 600-pound life, check it out. Them chicks weigh 4, 5, 6, 700 pounds. Keep a dude. Can't even get rid of him.
Mm-mm.
Keep a dude. He bringing all the Zaxby's boxes, all the kicking chicken meals and Zaxby salads, cookies, and everything, serving her. And half of y'all can't get a dude to take y'all out to Chili's.
And all the only thing she has to hide is one apple pie in her purse. Hey, so Linda says that she thinks men who don't have a lot, men like women who don't have a lot of weave and wigs. You are right, Linda.
Yeah,
There are those of us who prefer you as natural hair wise on the top of your head as you come. I personally love an afro. I love some kinky hair in
right.
on my sisters.
And,
So
and I've have yet to hear a dude say, she bad, but man, when she put that wig on, goddamn.
you know, hey, that can be you mix it up. You keep the wig in the closet for that one night he comes home and you want to serve him up something different. You know,
That's true.
you
Yeah.
want to play a role. But yeah, no, we it's not that big of a deal to us.
Yeah. But when you out with that wig on and this Atlanta sun and the back of your ear smell like peat moss and potato skins.
No, that'll get you a man. If the back of your neck smells like potato skins, that will get you a man.
When the behind your ears smell like seaweed and pig feet.
Yep.
But the eyelashes, man, y'all need to get rid of that. That's anything you put on should enhance your looks. It shouldn't be your look. Like I should be able to recognize you when you take all that stuff off. Half of y'all go home and like y'all taking off a whole football uniform, a helmet, mouthpiece, chin guard, everything. Like it's so much stuff. I'll be honest. There's a few chicks I do comedy with, and I ain't gonna say their names because I get my ass kicked. But there's a few people I've seen out on the scene, and they always got their hair and makeup on, and I've seen them away from the stage, in personal life, somewhere out running to the store or whatever, and I didn't recognize they look like totally different people, and that's not a good thing. If it changes your whole look, it's just too much,
hey, The reality is we saw it in the Transformer Challenge. I mean, that's what I call it. I guess they call it the Busset Challenge. I call it the Transformer Challenge.
Yep.
Because some of the females, when that video starts, I'm like, nope, we're done here. We're done here. But I let it play for the extra 10 seconds. And then when she makes that transformation, I'm just waiting for her to be like, Optimus Prime. Hey. Oh, speaking of Busset Challenge or the Silhouette Challenge.
I am a married man. I am not gonna choose, but if I was to choose, I think the Busset Challenge is better.
It's not my thing either. I am with you. I have better things to do, but I did force myself to watch several hundred videos for research. And yeah. I'm gonna have to say that the Busset Challenge better. However, that Silhouette Challenge is something special. And for those of you who have not seen either one of those or seen one but not the other, it's that simple. Hashtag Busset Challenge, just like it sounds.
And Busset Challenge is cool. They go into transformation, they dress down like boys and whatever, and they get glammed up. But the Silhouette Challenge, they just flat out naked. It's porn next. It's just gonna be the porn challenge next. That's just where it's going. So I mean, I look forward to the creativity, but
like you said,
challenge, next they just gonna turn the light on and you just gonna see everything. It ain't.
and who's going to lose out as a result of that? The strippers in the clubs.
Yeah,
because these challenges are taking food off of the tables of these strippers.
Nah, there's still some brothers like that in person thing. You know, they still like the in
Oh,
person.
man, I live 2 blocks. You know this. I live 2 blocks from a strip club. I myself have never been this year. And these brothers, even in a pandemic, they are up in there. I drive by, I see the cars. I honestly, especially since the pandemic started, but strip clubs really aren't my thing. But I drive by and I see the cars in the parking lot. And I guess some things,
There's an
some
old
brothers,
saying. There's an old saying, and pardon my French for this. They said, "Pussy will sell when cotton won't."
will cotton ever not sell?
Will pussy ever not sell?
All right, so with that, with that, we can keep this one really quick. But Cara
Shout out
Deon,
to Kara Dion. She's done some videos with me in the past. Um,
uh,
white girl with a black girl booty. Go ahead.
and attitude. Um, I mean, she's very cool. Very cool. If you ever watch this, but
Yeah.
you're cool. I just mean, she's got some character to her. Like she's been around. She is what's the white comedian's name? That Gary Owens.
Yeah,
He
Gary,
is the she is the female Gary Owens.
just not
Uh,
as funny. But anyway, go ahead.
uh, since men want to be out there serving the community with their eggplants, and women want them to keep it at home, who's wrong here, man or God? Brought this one out because the whole man or God thing,
Yeah.
man or God. That's where she lost me. Man or God, as if God has ordained, and I guess I don't know. Maybe that was pulled from the Bible, that was written by men. I don't know, but man or God, I can't advocate that. That would suggest that the women wanting the man to stay home. That originates from a higher power.
If we look, we are all we're living beings. We're basically animals. We're just a highly intelligent animal. If you look in the animal kingdom, there are most of it is, you know, survival of the fittest. The strongest males of any species usually are the ones that can mate, and that's pretty much in society. The powerful, the rich, they have their pick of the women. The broke, the feeble, the lame usually have to settle for one woman. I'm the lame, but you know, and there are situations in the wild that there's some animals that pair up for life. Like I think penguins pair up for life. I think certain types of birds and other animals, you know, they find a mate. I think otters or something like that. So it it could go either way. I don't know. The human species historically have never been monogamous, even though you know society forces monogamy, you know, to kind
See,
of keep order.
I disagree. I disagree. I think it is a case to case basis. I think there are certain people who monogamy is in them. It's it's who they are.
Yeah,
Uh, and yeah, particularly, and the perfect example is women. The majority of women, before they are pissed off at a man or are fed up, exhibiting her wrath. Um, before all of that, women typically are very committed, and some men are extremely committed to their one. Obviously, more common back in the day, because it was not as easy to identify the hose for our grandparents. Our grandfathers couldn't just hop on YouTube and be like, that one right there.
but wouldn't you agree that it's it's for a woman to allow you know multiple men inside her? It definitely messes with her emotional psyche, and us as men, we could sleep with a woman for years and not feel nothing. But if you're with a woman long enough, she's gonna she's gonna develop feelings at some point, and so they're just not built for it like men are. I mean, some would argue, but I live long enough to see that women just aren't built for that. And maybe it ain't fair, right or wrong. Maybe it's nature, maybe it's man, maybe it's God. But um, yeah, I agree. Monogamy is for some people and case by case. I think monogamy for some people at a certain age. When you're a young man, you're full of all this testosterone. You want to knock down everything moving, but a lot of men get to a certain point. They're like, all right, I'm tired of games. I'm ready to settle down. And for us, that's usually around 60, 70 years old. But but I do believe monogamy works for some people at a certain period of their life. I think early on it's real hard. And early on, like everybody, men and women go through their whole phases, and it's usually at a young age. But as your mind matures and you look at life from a different perspective, monogamy may fit more within your goals for your life. So I don't know. It can go either way.
Yeah, you said a few things there. I'm gonna leave them alone for right now because I got things to do, man. It's Friday. We're gonna move on to the next statement. We'll have plenty of time in the future to revisit people and our hoish ways. So this one here is Anthony Shackelford, who I was taking a look at his page. He says a number of things.
Oh yeah, he
That,
Bishop. Shout out to Bishop Anthony Shackelford. You should follow him. You will get a lot of knowledge and wisdom. But go ahead, brother.
Well, he says that women want to be told what to do, just not by broke niggas.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree. Just in the simplest form, he who owns the gold makes the rules. And that's women, men, whatever. Whoever owns the gold makes the rules.
I disagree completely. One, it depends on the woman. Two, it depends on the male. Because I've known plenty growing up, teenager. As a teenager, none of us had money, but I know some brothers that were telling some women what to do. Matter of fact, my first roommate, who we're still friends, we're 17 years old. I used to come home and he had about 4 or 5 females on the couch. Y'all need to get out there and sell what you got. He didn't have any money, but his motivation came from other people we knew who didn't have any money, but they were successful.
Now you're talking about women who come from broken homes, ain't got no daddy, low self-esteem, insecurity, all that stuff.
No, we lived so we had an apartment in the suburbs. These were young white girls and a few mixed ones. But so they weren't, it wasn't that, but I hear you.
Man, ain't no chick that got their daddy in their life about to put up with that. Daddy ain't. Nah.
There are plenty of females who's.
I done seen both sides. The chicks with daddies may be a little naive, but you ain't gonna run game on too long.
I'm not going to disagree with you that applies to a lot of women who grew up with their fathers in their lives, but they had active fathers who actually taught them. I know some women who grew up with fathers in their lives, but he didn't really teach them anything.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's some with some beta male daddies, and they get ran over and ran through. But I mean, and I looked at the statement from a maturity level. You're talking about teenage years, young 20s. We do dumb stuff, but a grown woman about her business, she ain't about to be listening to no broke dude. Now, if that dude got that paper and when she come home and them lights come on and she ain't got to worry about it, she gonna submit. But when she got to pay half or most, she gonna give you that work. You gonna have problems.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. We're gonna move on.
I know dudes who pay all the bills, and they ain't having it. All right, well, what you gonna do? I found another chick lay up in here, pull her head off her shoulders to be
Yeah.
in this situation you in.
But just as though there are those men, there are also those men who pay the bills. Well, they earn the money, then they give it to their wives,
Yeah,
and their wife pays the bills,
yeah. Well,
and then she tells him how much money he can spend.
oh well, I look at this from an alpha male perspective. I don't know the
I'm with I'm with you on that, but we can't look at it from just the like we have to acknowledge the fact that those others are out there.
yeah.
And Linda said, I know women who pay all the bills.
And they get a dude's grief.
Mm.
They get a dude's problems.
They might. It depends, because there are some brothers who put in the appropriate amount of work.
Yeah, I know one dude. I know one.
They get away. Yeah, we both.
Yeah, I know one dude. Hey, his woman pay everything, but hey, he come down with that iron fist of law. But I've only known one. I've only known.
He got the magic fist.
Yeah, yeah. I don't care how much you make. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Who you think
Right.
you're talking to?
Linda says sex ain't everything. It's not everything. That is for sure. In
But
fact,
if you pay a lot of bills, you gonna shut the hell up.
Mm.
Bet you Floyd Mayweather ain't got no problem with all that.
No, yeah,
I bet you he don't listen to all that. What? Get a Bentley back. Leave them Bentley keys. Leave that Birkin bag. Get your shit. Leave them iPhones.
Could be a tank. Could be a tank type of brother. You know.
Hey,
you need a baller like me. What you gonna do if you leave me?
Shackelford's statement. I'll just say, as the rule, chicks ain't really listening to no broke dudes, and rich dudes ain't listening to no broke chicks or taking no lip from a chick, at least from an alpha standpoint.
This is true. This is true. I don't disagree with that.
There's exceptions to the rule, but
there's always.
Yeah. Dude bringing the bread, he ain't trying to hear all that.
All right, this is your story. We're gonna wrap up on this one.
Yep.
So why don't you kick off?
Oh yeah. So I just found out about this today. I saw people kind of dragging T.I. on social media. So apparently, this young lady Sabrina Peterson has come out against T.I. and Tiny. Well, I'll start off with this. It is no secret, if you're, I'm kind of in the entertainment community around, and I hear things and I know people. And so it's kind of, open secret that T.I. and Tiny kind of get down. They swing a little bit. They bring chicks to the house, they smoke a little weed, and they do what they do. So one of their jump offs has come back to bite them a little bit. So this young lady, Sabrina Peterson, has claimed that T.I. and Tiny are known for drugging women, being violent. She claims that T.I. put a gun to her head at one point, and just kind of some R. Kelly shit, but they working as a team. Kind of, some Epstein shit when Epstein and his girlfriend were running through chicks. So T.I. and Tiny adamantly deny these allegations. They say she's crazy. Whatever. I kind of read the story, and she was saying how other women were sending her text messages about how they did the same things to her. And my thing is, why would they be sending you text messages? Like, why wouldn't they go to the media like you are? So from the onset, it seemed like this chick crazy, and maybe she's disgruntled. Maybe, T.I. and Tiny, hold her out and then kicked her to the curb. I don't know what's going on, but all the details ain't out. We just had to see how this unfolds. But like I said, it's kind of open secret that you go to T.I.'s house, anything goes with him and Tiny. So
an open secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is another one of those situations, and I swear before all things holy, that anytime a black man says out loud that he is the best, or he is the greatest, or he is the king, it ultimately ends in his demise with a bunch of women, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. The list goes on. In Michael's case, it was not women, but at any rate,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you're going down. For whatever reason, Ti said he was the king, and I guess his time is a coming because she says these women have been in touch with her. I don't know I don't know what's true and what's not. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but I will also not be surprised if 2 months from now we're in our 40s, 50s, or 60s women. But my thing is, if you hear these things on the street, then if would you say is well known that they drug people, well known that they drug people. Like if that's well known, then why would you spend time around those people? That's something I didn't understand. Just like with Bill Cosby, uh, all of these women who like apparently I don't know this. I've heard a Hollywood celebrity make this statement. And however, she was on stage when she said it, so she could have been cracking a joke. But she basically said that it was known, like, don't take a drink from Bill Cosby. Okay,
Yeah.
if you know, if it, like somebody's going to warn you, hey, they like to party.
Yeah.
If you take a drink from them, you probably like to party too. I do like to party
Yeah.
until you don't like to party.
Yeah. And then it's a problem. Uh, I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, we live in a starstruck society, so people will put themselves in compromising position just to get close to their favorite celebrity, or just to get a glimpse, or just to experience a lifestyle that they probably will never be able to obtain on their own. So, man, like I got a few friends that used to be in the limelight, maybe still in the limelight, and the stories I hear are freaking crazy. The situ it's like it's like knowing that there is a pit full of lions on the other side of this door, but yet that lion has a number one hit song, and this other lion is a famous actor. You know you're gonna get bit, but yet you choose to open that door and walk through anyway.
Hmm.
I don't know if you think you're gonna be special. I don't know if, hey, whatever I have to deal with to get close to these people is worth it. I don't know. In a lot of situations, like you said, they do know who puts the mollies in the drinks, and or who's gonna grab your ass, or who's gonna sexually assault you. A lot of time that's known. These dudes have these reputations, and people still continue to put themselves in harm's way. I never understand it. And
Bro,
nobody should ever be violated or anything, but you got to kind of sit back and be like, but you knew better.
and when I say we, I mean we, all of us, uh, elected a president that openly admitted he just liked to walk up to women and grab them in the most sacred of places.
Yeah.
And it was okay. He openly admitted that. And for those of us that didn't vote, yeah, we all played our part. For those of us that didn't encourage enough people to vote to make sure that fool never made it in the office in the first place, for those of us that voted anti-Hillary, we put him in office. Fortunately, we got him out, but we had to deal with a lot of ridiculousness before he was gone.
I mean, but yeah, there's still people, even the people who claim they didn't like him, there's black people. I hate Trump, whatever. But if Trump came to your town, you had a chance to meet him, guess where you're going to be at? You're going to be up in Trump's face trying to shake his hand. Oh, fuck Trump, this and that. But if Trump walk in this room,
Let me tell you something.
you see them teeth coming out, smiling. Oh, Trump, hey, nice to meet you.
If you told me I could get away with throwing a shoe at Trump while he was in the middle of a speech, I still wouldn't waste my time to go see him to throw my shoe at him. But you're right. There are people who are so starstruck that that's what they will do.
Walking that lion's den don't matter. That celebrity is powerful. Celebrity is very powerful. And I've been out with some people who, are known people, and I've seen some ridiculous things that people do to get close to them, to take a picture or talk to them, or just violate whatever moment they're having. It's a beast. It's a beast.
Yeah, yeah. I I worked at the comedy club for a while, and there was one celebrity who he wanted to go to the strip club. So the staff and I, we took him to the strip club that we thought was best suited for him, and he had to go to the restroom. So we went with him because he didn't have any security with him,
Yeah.
but he's a big star. When I tell you, by the time we walked out of that restroom, there were 30 other men in that restroom just because he was in there.
Yeah. The male groupies are the worst.
Yeah. Uh, but all right, so yeah, Tiny defends Ti against Sabrina Peterson. That's to be expected. That
Hey,
she
they
would
are the
stand
new
by her
Bobby
man.
Whitney. I will say that they do drugs together, sleep with women together. They ride or die. I give them that. That's an unbreakable marriage.
There will never be another Bobby and Whitney.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now it's Ti.
shame on you. Yes, yes, they are their own legacy. Hey, this has been fun, uh, folks. This show has been brought to you by ShowOut.tv, by Kino Trice Productions, by V&V Printing. And I want to give a shout out to my favorite charity, Down 7 Up 8 Inc., which can be found at down7up8inc.org if you feel like giving to a charity that focuses on adopted children, foster children, and at risk youth. Uh, I really like this charity because they might keep one of these kids from killing me in my sleep one day. Yeah, no, hey, I don't know what the numbers are with regard to people who are extremely violent, but there are a lot of them around us. And I say, if we can make a child's life a little happier, let's do that. Anything, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Andre Mitchell, and I'll be brief. Andre Mitchell had a heart transplant maybe 14, 15 years ago now, and he is still amongst us. I got a call last Friday from his wife, and he had a grave diagnosis. They didn't think he was going to make it through the weekend, and you know, hey, the brother's a soldier. Not only did he come out of what was going on, they was able to do a procedure that they couldn't do at first because his heart was too weak. Uh, he actually passed a physical to get on the emergency transplant list, so they're looking to get him another heart and kidneys. And he actually was able to leave the hospital, so he's at home. So I plan on going to kick it with him real soon. Like, it went from he might not live through the weekend to, I looked up one day, he's commenting on my Facebook post, liking posts, and he called me. I had a 3-hour conversation with him the other day. And man, shout out to Dre, man. He's here, he's living. He ain't ready to go yet. He got some amazing children that he wants to keep daddying. So yeah, just shout out to Dre, man. I'm gonna see you here in a few days, but man, take care of yourself. I know another young brother, 38 years old, had a massive heart attack last week and died. And I had just saw him and hung out with him 2 days prior. So your health is your wealth, man. Take care of yourself. I know quarantine is, got a lot of people in the house eating, not exercising, but if you can find time to get out and, treat your body right, eat different, if some people can't go cold turkey. If you like burger and fries, get you a burger and some broccoli. Do whatever you can to start changing, because we're at that age now, man. And it don't even matter what age you are, man. You need to take care of yourself, man. Health is wealth. And yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Dre.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Hey, with regard to black businesses, in particular, uh, I do want to support them in as many ways as I can. if anybody who is watching this has a black business that they would like to recommend that we give a shout out to in a future episode, by all means, please post it on the Advocators Facebook page, or shoot either Kino or myself a message. That's Kino Trice and JoJo K, which you probably know that already because you're watching this, and this is only streaming on our Facebook pages.
Yeah. So if you're watching live, or if you happen to watch this later, man, leave comments on the page. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like. If you want to see us again, this is the first time. We just want some feedback. We try to make it fun. It's kind of awkward the first time, but it'll get better.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Next time we won't go so long that my good camera runs out of battery power. How about that?
Yeah.
Well, anything else?
Nah, man. Enjoy y'all weekend, man. Stay away from that Rona. And if you out there and you need a man, goddamn, it's rough out here in these streets, ladies. Be cooperative. Stop talking shit, and leave them wigs on the mannequin. We don't like them wigs. Do your real hair.
Be cooperative. Stop talking shit.
Leave the wigs on the mannequin. Them Rona stained wigs. Them wigs carry Rona. Don't.
Thank you, Miss Diggs. Miss Diggs just posted a comment. Keep it up. I appreciate that. All positive. I'm actually gonna put that one up there. And in addition, she also happens to run Down 7 Up 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk more about that in the future too, because there's some events that I want people to know about in case they have some children or know of some children that need some positive influences in their life. But all right, well, this is it. We're done. I'm tired. I'm going to go meditate. You're so glad you made it to 2021.
All right.
I want 2023. Let me know when you got that shirt, because 2021 has not been that great thus far. All right, we're done. We're out of here.
Yeah, play my commercial on the end. Let them see my business. Maybe I get. Yeah, play the commercial going out. See y'all next time. All that good wishes and stuff. Peace.
Whatever. All right, brother. We are off. Oh, not yet.